scaling behavior, the 3 omega signals to the R0, the scaling behavior, and so on. So can we explain this experimental value of the scaling exponent, which is not an integer number? And also, if we look at plot the data from other sample, so originally I showed the sample on the cloud side, but if you plot over the certain titanate or iron oxide, they actually overlap the same curve. So this indicates that this scaling behavior is a material independent behavior, and also it has the same exponent, indicate that it should belong to the same universal lattice class. So what is happening? So this is actually the figure of the high conducting the filament is actually observed by Professor the Tagaki's group. And this is a simulation of our network. They look very similar. And if you compare this our simulation with the writing, they are also very similar. So that's all indicate that this our phenomenon is very similar to dielectric breakdown. So I am just looking at the Lichtenberg figures which is obtained by the dielectric breakdown. So we enlarge this mark. Here again, enlarge this again. Okay. So they look very similar to each other. So this is a very self-similarity. So it should have a fractal dimension. So already about 25 years ago, somebody already calculated the fractal dimension of 2D Lichtenberg figures by defining fractal dimension, and they found out that the fractal dimension of this system is 1.7 and so on. So we try to do the same thing, but before we do that thing, we just find out that in our experimental data we have a 2 scaling region. So over here, each, and here, and each. Actually, it's a different kind of exponent. So how can we explain this data? So in order to explain data, we took a sample and look at the IV character equals to the A sample vector. If it is in this region, 1, 2, 3, 4 region, as the resistance increased, we found out that this current decreased, this voltage decreased. On the other hand, if it is in this region, as the voltage increased, the reset voltage is also increased like this. This can be explained by conventional population theory as shown here. So if you, the correlation length, which is the distance between the node in the population picture, is smaller than the sample size, you should have a multiply connected phase like this. In such a case, the IV characteristic should be behaved like this. On the other hand, if the correlation length becomes larger than L, then it should be singly connected phase, then this IV character should be like this. So that is already understood in the conventional population picture. So what we have done is that we just developed the scaling theory for the multiply connected phases. So in here, it's a multiply connected phases, so we have started to sing. So the final result is shown here. So there's some kind of scaling relation does exist that actually is a scaling relation for this multiply connected phase region. And this is the experimental data, which actually we measured about 2 years ago and last year. This is just the theory. If you compare those two, they agree to each other. Only one free parameter is the fractal dimension. That is about 2.54, which is the same as the value for the diffusion limited aggregation or 3-dimensional population and so on. So it belongs to the same universality class. And also we did the same thing for the singly connected phases. So basically we are looking at this region, and this is here. This is the experimental data. This is theory data. You can clearly see that they agree to each other very well. This all indicate that this is we have only one single parameter as a fractal dimension. So all the physical property I shown in here can be explained in terms of how it is connected after it formed the population, the filament clusters and so on. So the fractal geometry should play a very important role in this kind of system. So this is the summary. And thank you very much for your attention.
Well, thank you very much for a very interesting talk. So we have a few minutes for questions.
I just have a question. In your simulations, how much of the
we assume the switch okay, thank you. So when we use the initial LCD electron model, in other words, the switching always occurs in terms of the bias, then we do not have any time dependence. However, if we start taking into account of the heat dissipation process, duration process, then there will be a time dependence. So the old simulation in here, we assume that we provide the enough long time enough to the material system, so it will reach at the thermal equilibrium. So in that sense, we don't have a time dependence. However, if we try to switching much faster than the time constant of the thermal time constant of the material system, then there will be a time dependence in the actual data.
Yeah, but can I just follow up?
Sure.
So, for example, say can you put back on your graphs where you showed as you're sweeping the bias, and then you're at a low resistance state, and then it goes now to a high resistance state.
The this one? No?
No, an ID data.
ID data.
That one is good. That one is good.
Okay.
So let's just take a look at that second one for the top row. So you see that, I mean, experimentally, say if you were to sit at, say, 1.2 volts, wouldn't you shoot and just stay put there? Would you expect to switch back to a low resistance state?
So you are talking about this one over here or this one over here?
Yeah, this first row.
The first row, this one?
Yeah.
So 1.2 volt over here.
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah, let's just say you're sitting there.
Okay.
As you're sweeping the bias, and all of a sudden it switches back to low resistance state. Now, let's just say it's stopped there. Wouldn't it switch?
No. No. If you remain in here, it doesn't switch at all. But if you enter to this sorry. But if you enter to this region, then it is switch, but there will be a time dependence. If you include the thermal, if you do not include the thermal, then there is no time dependence.
You emphasize the fact that there's quite even of materials below. On the other hand, if you have the change of slope due to the changing of thickness, which you have indicated as well, then what is relating this change? Let's say there's a threshold thickness. Is that somehow linked, for example, to the space structure thickness or something else, which is then again material dependent?
That's right, that's right. So in here, just put the arbitrary number, the 3 or 4 layer arbitrary number. But in real application or really predict and really compare with the real experimental data, you might be need some microscopy and the microscopic model why it occurs. You know? So in here, my model does not deal with any kind of microscopic model. We just assume that with this simple thing, we can predict a lot of behaviors of the unipolar and bipolar resistance switching. So the one of the thing I want to emphasize is something like this. So everything I show in here is a collective behavior. I don't care about the microscopic. But many people actually confused with some behavior that's actually the collective behavior or is coming from the microscopic origins and so on. So for example, all the behavior shown in here, fluctuations, and all this behavior is just collective behavior. It really doesn't matter what kind of microscopic origin do you have. But sometimes many people confuse about the point. So in this kind of thing, we have to distinguish between the collective behavior and the microscopic origin. That's the point. Yes. Yes.
The thermal properties of the material will be very, very important.
Yes.
And for example, even the thickness, not also out the contact, and significant amount. What's the things like impact on useful technological applications? Do you want items or those kind of things? What do you need?
I think there's both con and pros in both problems. It's a high thermal conductivity, you need a higher current. The heat dissipation is much faster, so it's the the speed of the device is really faster. So that,
Yeah.
yeah. So
There's any correlation between thermal conductivity and energy materials and sustainability materials. Is there correlation between thermal properties and
I didn't look at it, so but that's a very good point. Maybe somebody has to look at it in order to find out a really good material system for this kind of work. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Can you comment on the scaling?
Yes.
So the question is this, like if you make the film thinner, then the defect density typically goes down, and then if you scale it laterally, then do you think that at some point you are at a stage where actually there is no defect in your device anymore, and so at some dimension it just stops forming the filament?
Yeah, I think that there is the question about what is the correlation length and size of the material you're comparing. So, in the multiply connected phase, everything we assume that the correlation length is smaller than the sample size, which indicates that there should be enough defects inside of there. So if we're breaking down that one, the scaling law has been changed from this multiply connected phase to a singly connected phase. So that's actually one of the points I tried to show, that there should be two scaling regions in this material system.
In your city barrier, there are basically two states, a conductive state and a low state, and you have some rules to this conductive. And then you don't care about the microscopic. But still, these two stations correspond to some structure. In the case of the normal material, probably is whatever duration material is, some binary oxide. But then the conductive one, do you think it's just a pure metal or some?
I don't think it's a pure metal. Maybe there's oxygen vacancy, can maybe form some kind of oxygen vacant phases and so on for the oxide. So
Is it well defined?
no, I think that's one of the questions many people have to look for, especially for the real applications or some kind of development for the microscopic organisms and so on. But for me, I do not care about that. So in this moment, I think that's so. But I think we should working on it to find out a microscopic origin for each different kind of material. I do not think that they will have the same kind of microscopic origin. For example, oxide will be different from the semiconductor, will be different from the sulfide and so on. However, the rule, the collective minima presented in here should be true, because this is oxide, sulfide, semiconductor, and something.
When you went from unipolar to bipolar, this is going to do this surface layer. It's true that in that case everything is dominated by the surface layer and when it comes below it's going to be uniform.
That's right. The cell and reset process should be dominated by the surface layer. However, many people already know that we need a forming. The reason we need a forming is that we have to make some kind of population conducting channel through the bulk. Because that will provide you to reduce some kind of the resistance to your system. If you just calculate the resistance of your material in terms of the film thickness, you can find out that the resistance you have is much smaller than the resistance you will have just when you assume that your resistivity is the same as the surface resistance. So there should be some kind of conducting channel in your bulk sample. Our simulation actually tried to show that. We need some kind of, and I tried to show how it is built.
So one final question. Could you comment, would you like to comment on your model versus the model of the speaking speaker? He can got any dual region effects you do. Can you make a comparison?
Actually, the jury thing, we can include that. Also, we might want to include that if you want to. The reason I include that on is that I want to try to explain some more details, things like nonlinear behaviors and cycling of this, the threshold and memory effect and so on. But I do not think he's care about those kind of experimental things. Yes, we are dealing with a different kind of aspect, different kind of experimental.
I think that the thermal effect was mostly for the unipolar. The bipolar, as far as I understand, it was also for the
No, I don't have the hearing.
That's much
Yeah.
about the rules, but with those rules,
Good. All right. So that's the end of the first part of the presentation.
Thank you very much.